Explosive arguments, intense pressure, and a terrifying atmosphere. Hell's Kitchen is nothing on Brixton Prison in South London, which is where Gordon Ramsay started a 6-month project in December 2011. He planned to set up a business in the notorious Category B facility, making food on the inside to sell on the outside.
If he's come here to change the world, I don't think he will. And I don't think long term it's gonna be a winner.
There are 800 male inmates, 90% of whom are addicted to drugs and alcohol, and Gordon will choose just 12 to take part, and form a reliable team for the prison-based business. Instead of spending 21 hours a day stuck in their cells, Chef Ramsay is offering the inmates the chance to learn cooking skills that could change their life, while also working hard to pay something back to society. The prison officers, who are in charge of inmates convicted of crimes ranging from petty theft to murder, are skeptical about his chances as they show him around. And in an instant, the mood suddenly darkens, giving Gordon his first taste of how close he is to real danger.
All I can hear is my name.
22 convicted robbers, drug dealers, and thieves attend a meeting to find out more about Gordon's plan, and they're interested to find out more about why he's getting involved.
My little brother became a heroin addict, and my father became an alcoholic. What do I do?
Ramsay explained that instead of crime and addiction, he chose hard work, and his career as a chef began. To help him select his kitchen crew, Gordon sets up a test, making a plate of scrambled eggs. Career criminal Anthony Kelly, who has spent half his life in prison and has never worked, is first up, and he serves up what Gordon thinks is a messed up omelet. The next few inmates serve up similarly bland and burnt dishes, but Tesfa Jones has high hopes for his turn.
The opportunity that I've got now, I mean, maybe I'm the next Gordon Ramsay. Maybe I'm the black Gordon Ramsay. You never know.
When he tastes the watery eggs Tesfa serves him, Gordon doesn't feel threatened, calling him a disaster in the kitchen. It's clear that none of the men have even the most basic cooking skills, and Gordon is going to have to start from scratch, teaching them everything about ingredients and techniques. As well as taking on the inmates, Gordon has to convince the prison's management team, who are cynical about whether he can create a sustainable business. They are concerned about the prisoners' attitude, discipline, and commitment. For the first challenge, the men split into 2 groups. One half will bake cupcakes, while the others will attempt to sell them to the prison officers. The bakers struggle to concentrate and follow the simple recipe, but Gordon is on hand to patiently explain and encourage. And then it was time to decorate them, and that involved a surprising amount of sparkle.
We're not on crack now, so we're not on fucking space.
The glittering should be sprinkled lightly. Fucking hell.
The cakes go on sale, and they take £49, which is more than 50% profit. Just 5 miles away, in the comfort of his own kitchen, Gordon reads through the 22 applications to select his final 12. Many are potentially violent or unpredictable, and have little remorse about their crimes. Lawrence Gibbons has committed 76 offences, and appears to have no regrets.
I don't care about any of the victims in any of my cases all through my life, right?
Having picked his team, Gordon meets them on the football pitch and welcomes them to the project, warning them that they will be working full-time hours, which will be a first for many. But before they can even get started, there's a problem. Lawrence isn't happy that his daily routine has changed, meaning the men will eat lunch together in the kitchen instead of in their cells. That means he hasn't gotten access to his tomato ketchup, which is enough to cause him to storm out.
Lawrence, what's the matter?
I'm not hanging about here when I have to the wings. I had my fucking lunch.
Yeah.
I use my sauces I've got.
Lawrence chooses to leave the project and is returned to the wing, causing arguments among the rest of the group. To get them working as a team, Gordon has a plan. For one night only, the 11 remaining inmates will cook the evening meal for the 800 prisoners. His new brigade must produce 5 main dishes, which must be ready by 4:15 p.m. at the latest. The next day, he wakes his newly named Bad Boys Brigade 2 hours early so they can get to work. And he has a favor to ask. He persuades Lawrence, the most capable of the cooks, to return to the kitchen. Gordon puts Tesfa in charge of the veg prep, and Lawrence is overseeing the main course. Anthony is running the bakery section and gets to work making pies, successfully keeping to the timetable. The vegetable team quickly fall behind and are full of complaints, but after 10 hours of hard work, they have finished. Gordon heads up to the wing and is pleased that the prisoners are enjoying the food. But his good mood doesn't last long. He's called back to the kitchen because the prison officers have found a stash of stolen onions, chilies, and garlic in the dressing room. Tesfa admits he took some vegetables because he thought they were extras, but some of the team are furious and arguments kick off, with threats to leave ringing out. The Bad Boys Brigade is fractured, and Gordon potentially has a bigger problem.
We cannot take anything out of the kitchen. Next week, it'll be a knife.
Gordon is juggling a range of problems with the project. Even just getting into the kitchen through 6 locked and guarded doors takes him 45 minutes each morning.
Why is the door locked? Why can't we just have the fucking door open?
We're prisoners, innit?
The prison governor has allowed the inmates access to knives in the kitchen, but they must remain strictly locked up when not in use to prevent them from becoming lethal weapons. Gordon has all the keys, and the constant cabinet unlocking is soon driving him crazy.
Times like this, I wish you guys were just internet fraud, not gun crimes.
Having inmates as line cooks is also proving challenging. Brigade member Jerome Samuels has been punished for verbally abusing the prison staff. His loss of privileges prevents him from joining parts of the experiment. Ex-heroin addict Paul Wyatt attended catering college as a teenager, but dropped out once he started using drugs. Paul's drug use continues to affect him, interrupting his time in the kitchen as he needs regular doses of methadone. And when Lawrence Gibbons is asked by his teammate, Renee Smith, to help clean up their workspace less than an hour into prep, the tensions suddenly escalate.
Yeah. Come on, come out to the toilet. I'll smash you to pieces, you fucking prick.
It's the second time that Lawrence's anger and aggression have brought the kitchen to a standstill, and with knives in the mix, Gordon has to make a tough decision. He tells Lawrence that he's frustrated by his volatile behavior and kicks him off the course. The remaining 11 men have been hard at work, and when they finish prepping the veg, all the knives are handed in. But a potato peeler is missing, and as it's a metal blade, it could be turned into a weapon. No one can leave until it's found. After a thorough search of the kitchen, the speed peeler is still missing. Security is called in, the production team is kicked out, and the teammates are locked down. But it turns out there was never a peeler missing. Chef Ramsay's team made a counting error. As a result, the inmates went through a humiliating strip search, and the next morning, they were not happy.
Right now, we're supposed to behave like what? Like trainee chefs, innit? But we got treated like criminals in the kitchen.
Gordon is quick to apologize for the mistake, which the team accepts. They happily return to work, and Chef Ramsay returns to his nearby restaurant to create some recipes. He comes up with a lemon curd tart inspired by the tea house his mother ran when he was a child, and is keen to create a pop-up bakery to sell it. All they need is a name.
Bad Boy Bakers.
Bad Boy Bakers. I love that idea. Or Bad Boy Bakery.
As the prisoners get busy making dough, Jerome is called to a disciplinary hearing. Officers are unhappy with his behavior, and the governor is considering removing him from the course. Gordon meets with the senior prison officer and personally vouches for Jerome. He asks for a week to persuade the inmate to change his attitude. Jerome is safe, but the clock is ticking. The day before the Bad Boys Bakery launch, the bread and scones are flying out of the ovens under Anthony's watchful eye. But the treacle tarts aren't cooking. They've been lined too thickly, and after 3 hours, the team hasn't produced a single one. When they are finally cooked correctly, some are missing.
Where's that tart? You ate it. Honestly, guys, I mean, you make it difficult for me.
Several prisoners have eaten the tarts, complaining they were hungry. Gordon is frustrated with the theft and reminded that he's working with criminals. The next morning, with just 2 hours to go before the bakery opens, the inmates are decorating cakes, but someone is missing. Jerome has been suspended for the day for once again disrespecting staff. Despite another heartfelt plea from Gordon, the officers can't be persuaded to give the young man one more chance.
He's young enough to be taught. That's the frustrating thing. It's not Lawrence Gibbons. You know, he's 22.
When the baked goods are ready, there's one final step before they can be sold. They have to be X-rayed to check that nothing metallic is being smuggled out. With an empty X-ray machine in front of him, there's only one thing for Gordon to do. The car is packed, the gates are opened, and final searches are carried out. It's time to set up the pop-up bakery. The customers flood in. Local residents are happy to support the business. And Gordon is pleased to find that the general public have few concerns about eating food made by prisoners. He's also happy to meet some of the prisoners' family and friends, including Anthony Kelly's girlfriend and children. Chef Ramsay heads back behind bars to share that they made over £300 profit in 4 hours. The only disappointment is that Jerome has been formally removed from the course. With 2 months of his sentence left to serve, he tells Gordon that his future options are limited with a criminal record on his CV.
I've tried. I've gone down the legit road. I've been there. It don't work.
The team is now 2 members down, just as the pressure mounts to start making some real money. It's time to make Bad Boys Bakery more commercial, and Gordon has a plan. He wants to drastically increase the bakery's output and bring in some serious money. Not all of his team is taking it seriously, either. Repeat offender Renee makes a sarcastic comment when Gordon pours cooking juice on a work surface he has just cleaned.
But when I'm in the middle of a conversation and you rudely interrupt me and say, cheers for that, Gordon. Like you own the fucking stove, do you?
Renee walks out of the kitchen, forcing Gordon to persuade him to reconsider, because his local lunch delivery service is about to launch. With a plan to sell 250 lunches to local workers 5 days a week, the team gets busy. The finished salads, sandwiches, and Scotch eggs are once again have to be X-rayed. And finally, the food is ready to be sold, but they have almost missed lunch hour. Gordon's determined to make some sales and heads to local office blocks and nearby building sites. Most people are supportive, but some have reservations.
Scotch egg, made my prisoners local in Brixton.
They can spit in it, they can let it on the floor, they could do anything.
Back in the kitchen, Gordon shares that despite not selling all the food, they made £470. The inmates agree they could have made more if they'd been allowed to start earlier, but that would mean altering the prison routine, needing authorization by the governor. While Gordon is away on business for a few days, he leaves his assistant Jean in charge. But there's soon a problem. Renee is once again being difficult about cleaning, and refuses to help the rest of the team wash up anything he didn't personally use. When Jean points out that working in a kitchen requires teamwork, he loses his temper.
Stick your jaw up your ass.
Why are you wearing it? Why are you rude?
Gordon returns to the prison, but refuses to offer Renee his place back, even though the loss of a real cook is significant. Bad Boys Bakery is now down to 9 men. And there's bad news from the governor. He won't allow them to enter the kitchen early, as he would have to pay additional guards to monitor them. The lunch delivery plan is off the table. Gordon won't be beaten. He changes direction and returns to his lemon treacle tarts. But instead of the fragile pastry casing, he substitutes a biscuit base, making it easier to mass produce with consistent quality and transport without damage. The goal is to convince a major coffee shop chain to take them on. And before that, he needs to convince the governor and his team to back them. Gordon is desperate to do whatever they want to get the bakery working.
As you tell me, as you know I'm your bitch, so I'll do anything you want.
Right, too much jail talk there.
The governor samples one of the slices and is won over. The product is a winner. They just need a stockist. The next day, Gordon holds a VIP lunch to try to find a commercial partner. He creates a 50-seat temporary restaurant and plans to serve them 3 courses of restaurant-quality food, including his world-renowned Beef Wellington. Ramsay's relying on the team to work to the highest standards, but inmate Hassan has got a little overexcitement with the mustard.
I mean, it's just swimming in the stuff.
Gotta go fuck this up. I should escape out of prison before he catches me.
The pressure is on. If they don't secure interest from outside businesses, the project's commercial future is in jeopardy. Things don't start well when Anthony Insley and Anthony Kelly overseason their soup and are forced to start again. They are clearly nervous, as both believe their kitchen skills could provide a route out of crime when they are released. Tesfa is also aware that this is a big moment, and they all need to raise their game.
I got to speak proper. I can't be talking like I'm on the streets. I got to speak proper. I got to present myself properly, not properly.
The VIPs are mingling, and the prisoners head up to the restaurant. But before the governor has finished his welcome speech, Tesfa is burning oil, and Andrew's over-generous soup portions mean they've run out before everyone is served. When the Wellingtons are carved, everyone is perfectly pink in the middle. Gordon is happy, and the guests have enjoyed their lunch. But the most important course is yet to come. Dessert is a Lemon Treacle Tart Slice. Reviews are great, and a major commercial partner shows an interest. Gordon is quick to point out the benefits of using a prison bakery.
And we can produce in high volume. Yeah. No one's going anywhere. And they're not in a rush to go home.
Representatives from the prison service are also impressed, and Chef Ramsay is hopeful he can get their future backing. As Gordon's 6-month project comes to an end, Ramsay has real concerns that he won't find a business to sell his products. That would mean the end of Bad Boy's Bakery. National coffee shop chain Caffè Nero is interested, but the team is concerned that the recipe is too sweet, and that the prison could struggle to meet large orders. As well as tweaking the recipe, Gordon is focused on the marketing, which will target ethically conscious consumers. His consultant thinks featuring the prisoners' personal stories may help spread the bakery's message. Ex-heroin addict David Jones shares what the course means to him.
Makes me want to get up every morning. Makes me want to strive to be someone, to do something.
There's a powerful and emotional message about the prisoners' discipline, hard work, and transformation to be shared. And the consultant comes up with a strapline, life-changing taste. In great news for Anthony and Andrew, their release has been approved. As Anthony leaves prison for the 34th time in his life, he promises that he won't be going back, and he vows to Ramsay that he'll get a job instead of returning to crime.
I think with a young family and the self-respect he's gained over the last few months, he's got a chance.
A few days later, ex-heroin addict Paul is also released after 4 months inside. But before he leaves, Gordon shares that he has spent 15 years watching his brother try to find a way out from heroin addiction. Ramsay is worried about Paul leaving the structure of prison, where he's finally getting clean, and entering the limbo of looking for a job. He has an offer that may help him.
But what I am going to do next week is arrange for a trial to spend a day in the kitchen.
The kitchen in question is a Savoy Grill, Gordon's flagship London restaurant. And if the trial goes well, he will be in a position to hire him. Paul is shocked, but excited about the opportunity. Back behind bars, Gordon is now down to 7 bad boy bakers in the kitchen, just as he finds out that a partnership with Caffè Nero might happen. Gordon presents a box of Lemon Treacle Tart Slices to the final decision maker, who likes them and suggests an 11-store trial. That means producing 1,100 slices in just 48 hours. The team celebrates, but will struggle to complete the order without backup. So Gordon selects 5 new recruits to help out, and puts Tesfa in charge of training them. All is going well in the kitchen, but there's mixed news from the outside. Following his release, Andrew secured a job at a top London restaurant, Roast, where he's enjoying the fast-paced kitchen environment and feels proud of his achievements. And Paul's trial at the Savoy Grill was a success, leading to a life-changing job offer. But just 3 weeks later, Gordon hears from other prisoners that Paul has relapsed. He heads straight to his restaurant to find out the truth.
Have you stayed clean?
Yeah, stayed clean, yeah.
Yeah, stayed clean.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. 100%, no drink, no, nothing.
Paul finally confesses to drinking 1 bottle of beer, leaving Gordon feeling nervous that he's being lied to, and the problem might really be bigger. Tesfa has whipped the kitchen team into shape, and the slices bound for Caffè Nero are ready for their X-ray. He's proud of their achievement and determined to keep Bad Boy's Bakery running to benefit more inmates.
I want other people to be able to get this feeling that we're getting right now.
Ramsay loads up his car and delivers the first boxes to his local branch. Then it's time to meet newly freed Anthony, who helps with the sales pitch. The product is an immediate hit, and Gordon returns to Brixton Prison to tell the brigade how much the customers love their prison-baked goods.
You should feel incredibly proud, I'm telling you.
I wish I was there to see that.
In order to partner with Caffè Nero long-term, Gordon needs backing from the government. On his last day at the prison, Gordon invites Ken Clark from the Ministry of Justice for lunch to listen to the brigade's pitch for financial backing. After meeting the chefs, Clark tastes the canapes they produced and discusses the importance of ongoing employment for the prisoners.
Show me your business plan. Let's work out what you're asking me to pay for, what you're not. I'll pay you for it if I'm satisfied it's doing some public good and you're getting value for money.
It seems that Gordon's on the way to securing the all-important political support for rehabilitation through meaningful work. Gordon returns to say his goodbyes and reveals that the Lemon Treacle Tart Slice is becoming one of Caffè Nero's bestsellers. As the project ends, Andrew continues to thrive at roast, and Gordon is keen for the other prisoners to achieve the same transformation when they make it back outside. It's clear that the original inspiration for the project stays close to his mind.
They can make it, I think, and my little brother hasn't, and that doesn't stop me from trying, because they can.
Gordon Behind Bars was filmed between December 2011 and June 2012, and was broadcast in 4 episodes through July of that year. When Gordon left the bakery, he had secured the all-important contract with Caffè Nero to stock the popular Lemon Treacle Tart Slices. That contract ran until the following February, and when it came time to renegotiate the deal, Caffè Nero decided not to renew. That's partly because of the issue they had predicted: inconsistent supplies. As well as the bakery closing every weekend, emergency prison lockdowns often, and unpredictably, stopped production and caused logistical problems. When they parted ways, Caffè Nero tried to help customers over the loss of the product by sharing Gordon's recipe, so they could make the slices themselves. At that point, Bad Boys Bakery was taken over by a training provider called Working Links, who focused on teaching artisan baking techniques. This led to 30% of former bakery staff securing a job on release, and the reoffending numbers have dropped from 40 to 50%, down to just 3% for this group. Those impressive statistics certainly seem to prove Gordon's theory right. Giving the prisoners the right mix of hope, pride, and skills made a real difference. In 2018, the bakery was awarded £37,000 of additional funding to renew and expand equipment and update the production kitchen. While that sounds a lot, the initial investment was closer to £250,000 from grants, free equipment, and costs covered by the production team. Unfortunately, soon after that, the bakery closed, for reasons which are unclear, and it remained closed throughout the pandemic. It reopened in 2022 with a new name and a new owner. Bad Boys Bakery became the Clink Bakery, working out of the same facilities in the prison and baking brownies, desserts, biscuits, and bread for sale on the outside. But this time, as well as selling sweet treats to locals, it had another big customer, the Clink Restaurant, which was opened inside HMP Brixton. The 120-seat restaurant student kitchen offers more general culinary training to interested inmates who do not wish to specialize in baking. It runs just like any other restaurant, except booking is essential, and diners must leave extra time for additional security checks. The restaurant receives rave reviews, and in 2023, it was awarded a TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Award, placing it in the top 10% of restaurants worldwide. Anyone enjoying an afternoon tea at the restaurant will be sampling bread, cakes, and scones from the prison bakery that Gordon originally created. Gordon Behind Bars was an immediate and unexpected hit with viewers, delivering impressive ratings for Channel 4 and becoming water cooler conversation across the UK. Reviews were almost unanimously positive, with Ramsay fans enjoying the opportunity to see a different side of their favorite TV chef. By this time, Gordon's hit show Kitchen Nightmares had been on air for 8 years, and Hell's Kitchen for around 7 years. In both of those shows, the atmosphere was significantly different, and Ramsay had become known for his hot temper and cutting put-downs. Viewers felt that Gordon Behind Bars gave them a glimpse of him as a person, instead of a character he played up for added drama. To many, this allowed them to understand why Chef Ramsay was so driven, and what inspired him to work so hard and reach so high. Gordon was open about his inspiration for the project. The first was that his brother had been in and out of prison all his life as he struggled with drug addiction. The other was a visit to another prison in 2000 for his TV show The F Word, where he met a young convict with outstanding knife skills. Gordon challenged young prison trainee Kieran Turf to an onion chopping contest, and he was easily beaten by the young inmate.
Fancy a job? Hey, I'm serious. Fancy a job?
Yeah.
Not 25 quid a week, big boy. 25 quid a day.
Yeah.
Gordon told him to come in for a trial in his kitchen when he was released, an offer he was deadly serious about. Unfortunately, Kieran had other plans, and committed another crime within days of being released in 2007, disappointing his mentor and destroying the opportunity. The themes of redemption, rehabilitation, and second chances struck a chord with the viewers, who were rooting for the prisoners to change their ways. Viewers were sad to see Paul Wyatt's relapse into drug addiction, and the loss of his job at the Savoy Grill at the end of the show. The responses from fans were overwhelmingly positive, wishing him well for the future and hoping he could find a way back from addiction. There were also good news stories, though. Nicholas Himonas, who was part of the brigade, went on to get a job in a kitchen when he was released. He found employment running a burger house in Shoreditch in East London when he got out from behind bars. And Chris McKay used the baking experience he had gained to open up a market stall selling the bakery's products. Anthony Insley became commis chef at London restaurant Roast as a direct result of being featured on the program. During the lunch for VIP guests, his attention to detail was spotted by the restaurant owner, who went on to offer him a job a week after he was released. And Tesfa Jones was also given a trial and placement in the Savoy Grill kitchen, though it's not clear how long he stayed there for. As for fan favorite Anthony Kelly, there's a great update for anyone wondering what he got up to after serving his sentence. Anthony turned his back on his past life, disengaging from drugs and crime, and focusing on his girlfriend and 3 children. Immediately after leaving prison, Anthony attended rehab and promised to help others to escape a life of crime. Anthony told reporters that there were 2 reasons he had turned his life around: Gordon's training and help from a homelessness charity. So when he was back on his feet, Anthony went to work for St. Gil's Trust as a thank you for helping him when he needed it most. These days, Anthony is happy, healthy, and works as a motivational speaker at schools and young offender institutions. But he remains grateful to be clean and regularly reshares an image of the day he was arrested for stealing as a sobering image of addiction for others. Instead of serving time behind bars, Anthony is kept busy by his children and their extended families, as well as some stage acting from time to time. For any American viewers wondering why they haven't seen a similar show set inside US prisons, there's a simple answer. A US version was pitched to Fox, which would offer an interesting comparison with the British prison system, but Fox said no. Network chief Kevin Riley felt that there was just too much Gordon Ramsay on American screens. Too much Ramsay? Is that even possible? For now at least, they're keeping him and any potential American prison visit under lock and key.